Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Political Talks with JB. I am your host, Julian Boykin, and tonight I am joined by Mr. Robert Gaines Jr., who is campaigning for National Vice President of Political Affairs for the College Democrats of America. That is a long title. How you doing, Robert?
Yes, I'm doing good, Mr. Boykin. How you doing?
Doing great, doing great. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, your background, and what has you campaigning for this position.
Yes, sir. So again, my name is Robert Gaines. I go by RJ. Currently campaigning for the VP of Political Affairs seat on the national level with College Democrats of America, also known as CDA. A little bit about CDA is we are the student arm of the DNC, promoting democratic values. I am currently a rising sophomore at the University of Alabama at Birmingham, majoring in political science and public admin with a minor in legal affairs while on the pre-law track. I currently serve as the Alabama State College Democrats president, and I also serve as the national vice chair of the College Democrats of America Black Caucus. And that's just me. I've been involved in politics a little over the last 3.5, 4 years. Actually, I take that back, probably going on about 5 years now. Which what all started out with debate and little small things, turned into politics, getting involved in youth and government. And so now I am here on the bigger stage, holding multiple titles and out here organizing. And when it comes to running for me for my position, I've seen that College Democrats of America basically wasn't doing much to lead the members in the right direction and creating its own pipeline. So when I seen that, I said, "Hey, somebody needs to step up to the role and get things done." Looking at my success over the last few years, I feel as if I am the perfect candidate to do that. Of course, people have to vote, and that is really just what led me to get involved with CDA, and currently why I'm here today.
Well said. When we talk about the VP of Political Affairs, for the college kids that don't know, what are the duties and responsibilities of that position?
Yes, sir. So when you look at it on paper, it's basically supporting candidates and organizing. With That's it. But for me, the job of the VP of Political Affairs should be the face, the image, and the branding of the organization. So not only should we be supporting candidates during election time, but we should be building power and bonds and trust beyond election day. So that means building our own infrastructure and pipeline to, activate, reactivate, and create chapters across America and abroad. That means, hey, if this state over here is doing great, then let's pair them with another state that have them even do better. Something that I didn't mention before is getting our chapters involved with their state and county parties, because a lot of our chapters aren't involved with their state and county parties because either their state or county party don't want to be involved with them or they don't know how to. So giving them that resources and working with those chapters on getting them connected, and then also building leaders, because political affairs isn't just about being an elected official. It's about the background work as well. So that's being a campaign manager, that's being a neighborhood president, or working for your city government, or even being a diplomat, or being an advisor to a mayor or president, a governor, or somebody of that nature. And that's what we have to also do. And it also means educating. We have to educate our members and educate people beyond our party as well. Which all again is why I'm running, and that is what the job of VP of Political Affairs should do.
So when we talk about educating members and things of that nature, that kind of leads into my next question of, chapters. You have a lot of chapters that go dormant, get shut down due to, numerous things, lack of recruitment, communication. What is your plan as the next VP of Political Affairs as it relates to building, reactivating chapters and things of that nature?
So my number one goal is actually I've been doing the campaign process. I've been campaigning for about 3 weeks now. And what I've heard is that our chapters and state leaders want more of a say in what we have going on. And so with that being said, we do have something called National Council. And so for people that don't know, or for the chapters that don't know, our Council consists of our National Council chair, which is typically the executive vice president of the Executive Board of College Democrats of America, and then all of our state leaders and our international affairs officer, if I'm not mistaken. And so basically, that would be basically having one big meeting and saying, "Hey guys, all right, this is what we campaigned on. First, this is my plan, but since this is our organization, what would you like to see being done, or how to get these things accomplished? Next up is creating our own internal infrastructure and pipeline to get things done. Currently, we are again, like I said, the youth arm of the DNC, but we also work with the DNC to use and partner with the NDTC, the National Democratic Training Committee or coalition, whatever it is, to help train over the summer, things of that nature. So something that I would like to create is our own inside or committee or something of that nature, so we can train our own. If you look, you have YDA and high school Dems that have their own infrastructure as well, besides partnering with the Democratic Party to advance their members to be better in this civic engagement arena.
Well said. Partnerships. A lot of times we hear how busy, a VP is during election season. But when we're not in election season, one of your duties is going out, building partnerships, advancing the cause of being able to create new partnerships. What is your plan as it relates to building partnerships?
Yes, sir. So when it comes to building those partnerships, something that I mentioned before is working with our local and state Democratic parties. That also means sometimes probably having to work across the aisle. A lot of people may not want to hear that, but that's the truth. I don't want to confine us to just the Democratic Party or Democratic entities. That means you have to work with nonpartisan, bipartisanship, independents. You have to work with everybody. Second of all, is working with our current elected officials and candidates. That means, hey, this is what we need to do for partnership. This is what we want to do. This is what we want to build. Um, Third of all is hosting regional summits. I think hosting regional summits, so that way we can, we have this big national convention and we haven't had one in a long time. But we have the big convention where we bring in all of our chapters from all 50 states and abroad, including U.S. territories, and we have all the elected officials, and we have, political consultants or proteges come and commentators and media influencers come, but everybody can't make it to that national conference in DC. But they can make it to Alabama, they can make it to Georgia, they can make it to Cali, they can make it to these different spots. So hosting regional summits and bringing in not just mainly elected officials, but bringing in some of these nonpartisan independent journalists or people that's getting involved in politics themselves, because like I mentioned, being in part of political affairs or in politics does not always mean you're going to be the next president or the next governor or mayor. That means you're going to be a campaign manager. You're going to be an advisor or a diplomat or a policy tech or something for that nature. Again, I'm from Alabama, so you'll hear me reference Alabama a lot. So that's my idea of partnerships. And then strengthening and mobilizing our state chapters again, giving them a voice.
How do you how do you bridge the gap with those that don't agree with the direction of the Democratic Party, or it can be from leadership, it can be from core values, not just the Republican Party, but how do you bridge that gap with those voters that don't that may not agree with the Democratic Party, but yet and still they're open to a conversation?
Even when the obvious is present, in order to bridge a gap with anybody, is you have to sit down and listen. That's the first thing. But upon you listening, you have to ask yourself, why? Why are you doing this? So why am I doing this? And then you have to ask that person, what is their grievance or why? What is their why? But every successful organization can learn from its competitors. One lesson is long-term success come from building institutions, not just winning moments. I think as within the Democratic Party, we focus mainly on those winning moments, but investing in local leaders, creating clear training pipelines, and maintaining, consistent communication and supporting our members year-round produces stronger organizations, and organizing that can focus only on high-profile events or election cycles. Um, that means the strongest organizations, can make every member feel like they have a role in shaping the future, not just promoting it. We don't want to be ornamental. We want to be functional. Everybody should be functional and valued. So that's just how I plan on moving and going in that direction of things.
If people want to ask additional questions, as it relates to your campaign, how can they get in contact with you?
Yes, so you can reach out to me on Instagram at RJ Speaks. You can follow me and friend me on Facebook at Robert Gaines Jr. And then I'm always a phone call away. Always you can always text my phone and give me a call at 205-915-7166.
Last question. Why should the college Democrats vote for you as the next national VP of political affairs?
Yes, sir. I'm glad you asked this question. So, college students, the part of the College Democrats of America, should vote me to be their next VP of Political Affairs, not because this is something about title or not just to replace our incumbent or whoever else is trying to come in. This is about me being a proven leader with a proven background of mobilizing and organizing on the very same platform that I am running on today, building beyond political power or election day. With that being said, in my background, within the last 3 months, I've been able to raise money, register voters, build chapters in the state organization from the ground up. I've been able to help mobilize and assist in other nonprofits and bipartisan and nonpartisan organizations. We have seen tremendous success. Now, if you give me the chance, if you gave me the chance to do this on the local and state level, imagine what I can do in a year's work on a national level, and someone that is serious as me, who is very open, communicable, and very open-minded with resources, being on a national level with the resources and to help educate with the platform that I'm running on, we can see a shift and a forward in College Democrats of America, and not just college Democrats, but students that's involved in government as a whole. Because this isn't just about Democrats. This is about college students as a whole. This organization is a democratic organization, but we should be able to organize and mobilize for everybody because everybody voice matters, and that's what I am focusing on: building power beyond election day and an open voice for everybody. Voting take place on Sunday, July 19th. So I hope that everybody will vote for me on Sunday, July 19th, and I appreciate the support. And yeah.
Well said. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert Gaines Jr., who is campaigning for National VP of Political Affairs for the College Democrats of America. Mr. Gaines, thank you for your time and best of luck to you and your campaign.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Boykin.